In Umberto Lenzi's 1971 film An Ideal Place to Kill, aka Oasis of Fear, is wherein the photographic sensibilities of the prior Giallo ventures from Lenzi, though with a different cinematographer this time around named Bruno Lauzi, coupled with the most impressive and engaging, thrilling screenplay thus far of these pictures that Lenzi has directed of the Giallo variety. Carol Baker's not with us, though we have Irene Papas instead, portraying a character more interesting and sinister than anything Baker gifted with us in the three prior films. This, I'm not sure if I would consider this the most impressive of the four Lenzi Giallos we've discussed in the recent days. I think Paranoia, or Orgasmo that is certainly the weakest of the four. So Sweet, So Perverse is somewhat strong, if not outright strong, although I don't know if it's truly superior to A Quiet Place to Kill. It's a tough call. Plausibly the finest plot of the three films, although, or at least the most ambitious, but possibly the greater filmmaking talent started to be found in So Sweet, So Perverse, and or A Quiet Place to Kill. I'm unsure. Maybe a part of me leans toward A Quiet Place to Kill, if I had to choose one. Just the oddness of the race car driver plot, and just the basic unpredictability, even though it's led diaboliques, it's a fun take on that narrative. She's a race car driver, but it has nothing to do with the plot. We went over this last time. I really like this sequence of the birds, which you will witness toward the end of this video. It is such a clever and interesting sequence that I honestly wonder whether Lenzi saw it in another Giallo film and tried to mimic it. I'd like to read out a brief passage aloud from the earliest published IMDb review from Ron Lazzarillo, which was uploaded on the 8th of March 2008. He describes it as a superlative effort from Lenzi and Pappas. This is one of a string of superlative gialli directed by the enigmatic Umberto Lenzi, starting with Paranoia in 1968 and ending with Seven Bloodstained Orchards in 1972. After that, Lenzi seemed to lose interest in the genre, directing much lamer entries like Spasmo and Eyeball before moving into violent police thrillers and eventually stomach-turning third-world cannibal films. The plot of this movie somewhat resembles Lenzi's first giallo, Paranoia, with a young, free-spirited couple victimizing a wealthy, repressed older woman, but the older woman is much more than a victim here. The couple is much more sympathetic, and the story is told from a very different point of view. The ending is also similar to the ridiculous Deus Ex Machina ending of the earlier film, but is much more believable, albeit much more cynical. I really liked this film. I think it's one of Lenzi's better pictures. Quite good stuff.